I'll start. Oh, I think this is a little bit different than yours, isn't it? Did you guys have extras of the notes? Did I? Oh, I have. Oh, okay, good. Okay. All right. So what are some examples of household acids or bases? You can just raise your hand if you can think of a household acid or base. Aiden?
Bleach.
Bleach, okay. Do you guys know what the formula for bleach is? NH3. Yeah. Huh? Vinegar. So vinegar is acetic acid, so that's CH3COOH, aqueous. Yeah?
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice, yeah. I don't know what the formula is for lemon juice, but definitely an acid. Good. So yeah, you guys are familiar with some of those. So both acids and bases have several properties in common. These chemicals can be both dangerous and useful. Acidic and basic solutions are, we call them, electrolytes. So we've talked a bit about this maybe with our ionic. Ionics are electrolytes as well, meaning that they have freely moving ions so that they can conduct an electric current. The stronger the acid or base, the stronger the electrolyte. So, say you put an acid and a base together that have about the same amount of strength, what happens? Neutralization, yeah, good. So there is a neutralization. They neutralize each other. Do you know what the result of a neutralization is? Go ahead, Marcus. It was really hot. Sorry. A salt and... Close. Salt and... I heard it there. Salt dissolved into water. Yeah. Generally, though, you need about the same amount of strength of acid to base. So what does it mean by a salt? I'm thinking of a funny cartoon. What is salt when you think of salt right away? Something you put on food, yeah, NaCl, right? But salt in this context means an ionic compound. Okay, so it doesn't have to be just NaCl. It can be another type of ionic compound. So I'll give you an example. So say we put a base, which is like NaOH, with an acid, say a really strong one, HCl. We're going to get, and I'll teach you this more later, but we switch the ions around. I'll teach you this way more later, but so then I end up with NaCl, so the Na from here and the Cl from here, and then what I have left over is HOH, which rewritten a different way is H2O. Yeah. So that's how we get a salt and water. Okay? But I could have something else here and here to make another salt, like sodium bromide, or I could make any type of salt. So it doesn't just mean NaCl. And I'll show you lots more of those at a later part of our stuff. Now, one special property about acids is that they react with metals to produce what? Pardon? Maybe, yeah. If we add electrodes into them, we could get electricity. Yeah.
Couldn't the metals dissolve if you had a strong enough acid or a certain type of acid?
So then what would be produced after it's dissolved?
Iron oxide or steel oxide or something.
Okay, maybe. Okay, why don't we just see what happens? So come on up here.
Tall people in the back, short people in the front.
Okay, so this is a little strip of magnesium. And I'm putting HCl. What's being produced?
Looks like carbon dioxide.
Fizz, yeah, bubbles, yeah, something, right? Some type of gas, yes. We can't really conclude exactly what right now. If we did a special type of test, we could figure out what type of gas is produced.
If it was a closed,
Pardon?
if it was a closed, like,
If I closed it up in a test tube and I put in like a burning flame and it went pop, then I would know it's hydrogen. And that's what it is hydrogen. And I can show you that later. We'll put it in a test tube and we'll put it in a flame and it'll make a popping noise, and then you know it's hydrogen. How would I know if it's oxygen? Is that the splint would light up again, because there would be oxygen present. Yeah. So I can tell it's definitely hydrogen. It keeps going. So now, what about bases? Do you think bases will react with magnesium?
not the same way.
Not in the same way. So there's my magnesium. Put some sodium hydroxide. Anything happening?
Not right now.
Yeah, the other one almost looks smoky, right? Yeah, so only the acids will react with the metals. Okay? It says strong acids will react with metals. So what do you think? I put in HCl, but how about vinegar? Do you think vinegar is a strong acid?
Yeah.
No.
Let's put some vinegar on.
Not really.
Is it bubbling at all?
A little.
A little.
It is still bubbling a bit, isn't it? Do you think, could you tell, like, is it less bubbly than the other one, do you think?
At the start, yes, because
Yeah. Yeah. So if you didn't get a chance to see, you can go up and look, and then you can sit back. Okay, so the answer here is strong acids and apparently lots of other acids, just acids, react with metal to produce hydrogen gas. So what happens is you have HCl and we added magnesium solid to it. We'll be specific here, it's HCl aqueous, and I'll tell you what that means in a bit. And then magnesium solid. And what happened was that they reacted together to produce magnesium chloride, which was dissolved in like the solution, and hydrogen gas. Now, am I done, Devin?
So it's magnesium, and there's like a chloride too?
Well, it's an ionic compound, so it's like a Mg2
okay.
plus and Cl minus,
Oh.
crisscross, yeah. Am I done? What's up with that hydrogen? So what does it need to be? Right. If it's an element, one of those diatomics that is always if it's by itself, it has to be 2, okay? So it's only right once I put in the 2. And then I have to balance it, I put a 2 there. Don't worry, I will tell you how to do that later. I'll show you how to do that later. Just putting it in for accuracy for my mental stability, okay? All right. Now, the next thing. What are we doing? Oh, right. pH indicators are made of chemicals that change color in response to the concentration of hydrogen or hydroxide ions. So do you know what pH stands for in pH? Huh? Yeah, good. Good. Okay, so let's see a couple of these tests. So, what do you guys know some examples of pH indicators? Yeah, litmus test, litmus paper. So the litmus paper actually has a chemical on it that when you dip that paper in, it will do the reaction. Okay, what else? What else have you ever used? Did you know that cabbage juice is a type of indicator?
No.
maybe we'll make some. Have you ever heard of phenolphthalein? That's a type of an indicator, phenolphthalein. And another one is called bromothymol blue. Okay? So come up and we'll do a couple tests with these. Can someone hit stop to my thing?
Yeah, I got it.
Thanks.